Shalom, shalom. Call Loyim Lai How Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachak. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well. Salutations to the hopeful elect that preach this truth at the four corners of the globe. Honoring the brother Shamaria from the GMS Cleveland branch. Lord willing, this be an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Alright, as you can see, man, this image, this picture is just like a glimpse of the kingdom. All right, just a image, okay, of the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And that's what we're striving for, man, to obtain the kingdom and obtain it righteously. All right, that's why we're going on the highways and byways in season and out of season. That's why we upload these videos daily. That's why we endure the hell and affliction that we catch, and that's why we labor. All right, we labor to enter into that rest, which we're going to receive that rest in the kingdom of heaven. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 65. Isaiah chapter 65. And I'm going to start at verse 18. No, I'm going to start at verse 17, Slaki. It says, For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. All right, which that word new means to refresh. Okay, so the Lord is going to refresh the earth. He's going to refresh the heavens, man. Okay, once the Lord is done destroying, all right, once the destruction come, the heathen is going to build up those desolate places. Okay, all right, and the heathen is going to build up our kingdom again for us to inhabit. All right. Verse 18, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. All right, and guess what? The Lord has to refresh his people before he refreshes the kingdom. All right, meaning that the Lord is going to, change the nation of Israel. All right, the Lord is going to change the nation of Israel to become righteous. He's going to take, matter of fact, he's going to take that stony heart from out of us. All right. And he's going to place he's going to give us a spiritual heart, all right, full of righteousness. The Lord is going to give us new bodies. Okay, he's going to write his laws in our inward parts. So we're programmed and we're geared toward 100% righteousness. All right, meaning we're not going to ever sin ever again. This is Ezekiel chapter 36. I'm going to start at verse 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all nations and will bring you into your own land. Okay, because we were scattered, abroad throughout all the land. When we were placed in captivity, the Lord scattered us, okay, all around the heathen, and put us in captivity under, Esau, Edom, and the rest of the heathen. So the Lord is going to draw out his elect from out of all the countries. Okay, he's going to place us, and he's going to start with his elect first and foremost, and then he's going to, eventually the two-thirds of the nation of Israel are going to be brought back into the kingdom through the seed of the elect. Okay, but starting with the elect, the Lord is going to draw out, all of the Israelites from out of these strange lands. Okay, from out of these different diverse countries. And he's going to bring us into our own land, which is what? Jerusalem. All right, the Lord is going to place us back in Jerusalem once he refreshes that place. Once that place is, refreshed. It says, verse 25, then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. Verse 26, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. So the Lord is going to take away that, that fleshly heart, so to speak, that carnal mind. He's going to give us a spiritual mind. Okay, he's going to give us a new body, a new spirit, that we're going to be geared towards total righteousness. Okay, we're going to be immortal. We're going to be gods in our full potential power. We're going to have spiritual power. We're going to have dominion over the land, dominion over the elements, dominion over the animals, dominion over everything. Okay, we're going to have spiritual bodies. Okay, we're going to have a spiritual flesh, not a carnal flesh, but a spiritual flesh, to the point we're still able to, have sex. We're still able to eat and drink, but we're not able to sin no more. Okay, because we have a spiritual flesh. It says, verse 27, and I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. So the Lord is going to give us a spirit geared towards total righteousness, man. The Lord's going to give us a spirit to just be programmed to enforce his law, statute, and commandments. This is Jeremiah chapter 31, and it starts with the people. Before the kingdom is established, for that actual place, for the whole earth to be established and renewed and refreshed, it has to start with the people. All right, so the Lord is going to refresh the Israelites first, starting with the elect, and then the rest of the nation of Israel is going to be brought forth through the seed of the elect in the kingdom. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 31, I'm going to get to the point. Verse 33, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord. Or after what days? The days of our captivity. All right, after the days we serve here in our captivity. All right, it says, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their God or power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, right? Because the Lord is going to, literally program us to do righteousness. All right, the whole breakdown of the scriptures is going to be within our minds. It's going to be within our spirits. We're not going to need to preach anymore, because every Israelite is going to know the law to a T. Okay, it's going to be in our spirits, just like how it was in the beginning. All right, in the beginning, we knew the law, we knew the scriptures, because it was in us to know it. When the Lord breathed the breath into Adam, that was the Lord giving, us Israelites his spirit, that we would obtain these law, statute, commandments in our spirit, that we were just programmed to do righteousness. And we didn't know evil at the time until Adam sinned, okay, till he received that philosophy. But guess what? In the kingdom, we're not going to sin ever again, because the Lord is going to, write his law in our spirit, in our mind. So we won't need to, preach anymore, because every man is going to know the law. Every Israelite man is going to be programmed to fulfill and enforce the law. And the only ones who are going to be able to sin, only ones who's going to be dying and have a fleshly, carnal flesh, is the heathen. And we're going to judge the heathen according to the law. All right, but we won't need the actual word, in like the scriptures, the Bible. We wouldn't need the Bible. All right, because the law is going to be the whole law, the whole breakdown of the scriptures, every single word in the scriptures. All right, every single book is going to be within our inward part. And it says, verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them. saith the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity and will remember their sin no more. So from the greatest Israelite into the least, Israelite, every Israelite man is going to know Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? So back in Isaiah, the 65th chapter, verse 18, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people. So the Lord is going to take enjoyment within us because we're righteous now, and we're never going to go off ever again. So the Lord can finally, deal with us the way he wants to. The Lord can finally be a God, a power to us, where he doesn't have to look at us in shame. He doesn't have to turn his back on us because we're no longer in the flesh. We're no longer sinning. We're no longer in that carnal state of mind, in that carnal flesh. Okay, and we served our captivity here, on earth already. So we're no longer going to be put in captivity. All right, it says, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. And when people weep and cry, it's usually over death, or usually over some type of grief, pain, or sorrow. In the kingdom, us Israelites, we're not going to experience grief. We're not going to experience pain. We're not going to experience sorrow or death. Okay? We're not going to experience none of those things anymore because we're going to experience life and the fulfillment of it in the everlasting life, man. We're going to be gods. We're going to live forever, man. We're going to be immortal. All right? And our kingdom is going to last forever. It says, there shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. Right? So, just basically proving my point, how we're going to live forever. The days of our lives are going to be, eternal. This is Revelations chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first earth and the first, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there were no more sea. Right? Because the first earth, we're living in the first earth and the first heaven now. This time period is going to pass away once the Lord, stirs up a war, and once the Lord actually comes back to destroy. Okay, then the Lord is going to refresh his people, then refresh the whole earth, and our kingdom is going to be established, man. Okay. Verse 2, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, which is talking about the people, man. Okay, because this is going to start with the people. The Lord's going to start with his elect, okay, and re-cleanse us, refreshing us. All right, and actually, this is the process we're going through, man. Us catching hell on this side is the process of us learning the kingdom, man. This is us going through this captivity, us going through this hell, all right, and us enduring it, being in the truth, is preparing us for the kingdom. It's preparing us to rule righteously, man. All right. So, verse 3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. All right, because the Lord is dealing with men. All right, the Lord is dealing strictly with men. It's going to be men of the Lord ruling over the kingdom, not women. All right, so it's going to be strictly men that the Lord is dealing with. And the men are going to deal with the woman. All right, it says, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the power himself shall be with them, and be their power. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying, neither neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. All right, so guess what, man? In the kingdom, everything's going to be perfect. Everything's going to be fulfilled. We're going to be in the fullness of our strength. All right, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to cause us to be perfect in all type of ways. And that's what we're striving for, man. Endure this captivity, endure this hell, endure the trials and tribulations we're going through on this side to the best of your ability, and you will receive the kingdom which was promised unto us. All right, so with that being said, Lord willing, was the edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Once again, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well within the scriptures. And call Haloyim La Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Shalom, shalom, Mawathla Babor.